So yesterday we had a preview. We needed the crystal ball to tell us whether we'll have a cyber incident and whether we'll negotiate or not. Today we have the real thing with us, Moty Cristal, the top negotiator for cybersecurity incident, talking about life negotiating with hackers.
Thank you. As you can see, I had a secret, heroic engagement with a scooter on Tel Aviv street. This is why I have my back. So I don't know if I will dance like shy. I try. I want to take you a much deeper. I would like to take you a little bit deeper into this mind game with the hackers, with the cyber criminals. Basically, we speak about the ransomware industry. It's an industry. Shai presented the numbers. They are dramatically increasing. You saw the spike during COVID, and since COVID, we speak about a pandemic. It had a business logic. One of the most asked questions by clients during an event is whether we can trust the bastard after we pay them. And the answer is no, we don't trust them, but we trust their business logic because this is their business. There's the income. And if they will not provide a working key after you pay the ransom, this group will no longer be able to generate additional revenues. It had a business logic. After the Ukrainian war, the business logic messed up a little bit because of the many splinter groups. I will speak about it. And the other way around. And if you saw in the platform that Nimrod presented, the Syntactic platform, we try to identify which type of events we are facing, because I can speak only about those who have those events which actually have bad guys behind who stays around. But there's a whole set of cyber attacks which is like detonating a bomb rather than taking hostages. And this is a parallel disease, the wipers, data leaks, DDoS attack, where actually the hacker deployed the tools, create the damage, and there's no one to talk to. Again, like a bomb, like a bus explosion. The Professor Ben Israel spoke about the context in which we are, a bus explosion or hostages in the hand of the bad guys. So actually, ransomware industry is what we call the modern day hostage situation. When you are asked to pay cryptocurrency, not suitcases with US dollars traveling around the world, but cryptocurrency in order to regain control over either your data or your systems. Usually it's both. And if we speak about hostage situation, I don't know if you remember the great movie The Negotiator, and
Danny, would you relax a little bit?
I'm relaxed. I'm very fucking relaxed. But let me give you some advice. Never say no to a hostage taker.
Samuel Jackson is a very experienced hostage negotiator who actually was set up by his colleagues, and in order to clear his name, he does what he knows the best. He actually barricades himself with hostages and negotiate in order to clear his name. So here's how he has the hostages, how he gives some advice to the FBI negotiators.
Danny, would you relax a little bit?
I'm relaxed. I'm very fucking relaxed. But let me give you some advice. Never say no to a hostage taker. It's in the manual. Now, are you going to tell me no again?
No, I'm not.
No, wrong answer. Eliminate no from your vocabulary, Farley. Never use no, don't, won't, or can't. All right? It eliminates options. The only option that leaves is to shoot someone. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, good. See, yes is good. If you say no again, I'll kill somebody, all right?
actually try make an exercise. Try for a day, use positive language. Never say no. Say yes, yes and, yes but. It creates a completely different dynamic. I have 25 years of hostage negotiation background. This is why when I was approached approximately 10 years ago by a friend who told me, actually, you know how to speak with the bad guys, right? Our company was hacked, and that was my switch to actually cyber. I would like to go quickly through some of the points. I will reiterate Shai. Cyber crisis management is a team game. And if someone believes that a brilliant forensic investigator or a extremely talented IT professionals or a very sophisticated lawyer can handle the crisis himself or herself, that's not true. It's a team game. As you saw, around the negotiator, there were plenty of people, and basically, this is not Syntactic platform, but actually Syntactic platform addresses all these elements. When you manage a crisis, you need to manage, as a crisis manager, you need to manage at least 3 main line of efforts. You need to identify, to manage the technological track. Myself, as a professional negotiator, I am part of the forensic investigation and technological track. You need to manage the business track. You need to handle the most challenging headache in the crisis, the lawyers, the regulators, the formalities. You can, when you have, and you should have, you can rely on the insurance to provide you support and tremendous knowledge. And the question is to what extent you involve or not involve the law enforcement. It's always a contextual answer. Why? Sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that. Interesting. Okay. Then you need to identify the variant. When we speak about man-made, usually man-made incidents, we identify different variants. We have old extortion. Old extortion means like 3rd, 4th tier criminals who sometimes find your data out there in the darknet and then threat to publish it. We have client data, invoice payment, you must pay 10 bitcoins to, if no payment, data sell in darknet, note client and media, your company kaput. It was before Donald Trump exclamation language. We can identify very quickly whether it's an Ivy League threat actor or a 3rd tier criminal. The second is an interesting new version. You know, they 3rd tier criminals, they take your data, they threat to publish it, and then if you don't reply, you see May 25th and then May 29th, we're getting a bit disappointed about your ignoring, this is not a business approach. If conversation will not start this week, the data from a company servers will be released to clients, partners, and what they do is they sell it to a well-distinguished Ivy League threat actor. In this case, Black Cat. And these threat actors, a well-reputable group, actually increase the premium. See what I'm Ciao, I'm you. Ciao, mister, just to say that I'll stick to our agreement to come here from time to time and to present your counter offer on Monday, having in mind your agent's initial offer in the email, which was 6 million, okay? For non-publication of the data. The Black Cat, on their leak site, we see that there is actually 8 million. I tried to ignore it and they said, hello, we have already told you, our price is on your landing page, 8 million. We do not care about our mule boys said to you. So once this third-tier criminal sold the data, you deal with a different threat actor. And this is what we call just extortion. Actually, that you pay for non-publication of the data. No encryption whatsoever. Simple ransomware, only encryption. This is actually, Nimrod mentioned Hillel Yaffe. Hillel Yaffe was an hospital that was hacked. It was hacked by a financially motivated Chinese group, which I dealt with them just a couple of months, 3-4 months before. Only encryption, no exfiltration of data. The client paid the ransom, and within 4 hours, they were back in business. No problem whatsoever. So when I came to the hospital, I said, I know the guys. Let's negotiate, pay. The head of cybersecurity in the Ministry of Health, after 24 hours, said, we don't pay ransom. And they completely built the system from scratch. Instead of paying 2 million, I guess that they ended up with 40 million expense, but the government does not consider terrorists, as we know. What? The classic is a double ransomware. This is one of my conversations with mates back, I think, 5 years ago. One of the first. You pay twice. You pay for a key, and you pay for non-publication of the data. Reputable groups with certain business logic. Who are the bad guys? As I said, we have a list of approximately, I would say, 10-15 threat actors, reputable groups. It's their business. They work, usually each one of these groups have like 20, 30 extremely brilliant Shmonematayim Russian guys residing securely within the Russian-speaking terrain. But these 20, 30, let's say 600, if you have 20 groups, the 600 talented engineers cannot generate the trillions of US dollars of revenues of the ransom industry. This is why they work with the model of ransomware as a service, which means that they give the tool to affiliates, and when your company will be hacked, the company most likely will be hacked by an affiliate, someone who works for using that tool, communicate on the platform of his threat actors, Lockbit, Black Cat, Akira. The worst UX experience in the world. Honestly, I mean, at some point I really wanted to say, but I didn't do it. It's like, Akira, it's the 5th time I'm with you in the last year. Would you please improve the, invest a little bit in the UX? But these are the groups, and one of the things that I hate to say to clients in the first onboarding call is that you're lucky to be hacked by an Ivy League group, because there's a certain logic, there's a certain certainty. Unlike 10. Let's negotiate. 3. And one of the things that we saw after the Ukrainian war is that some of the affiliates, Ukrainian, took, as a matter of revenge from the Russian groups, took some of the codes, some of the malicious infrastructure, and they use it. So today, it becomes more and more of a challenge to identify exactly with whom you speak. Sometimes you need to understand whether you speak with an affiliate or with the manager. Why? Because managers usually have more authority to give you more discount and more reliability. Hello, the leader of the hacker group is talking to you. Thank you very much. We have infiltrated the leader. Thank you. They are using leverages. They are using leverages like our team will start DDoS attack from our bonus package. They think they have humor. They don't have, but sometimes I exchange some jokes with them. This is probably the most threatening leverage. I had at least two cases that the CEO decided not to pay in a Western, one European, one American company, and after the decision, which is a legitimate business, rational decision not to pay, he got a phone call. One, he got a phone call, and the second, his wife got a phone call in heavy Russian accent saying, I know where your kids go to school. That dramatically changes whole cost-benefit analysis, and, Shai, correct me if I'm wrong, there is no single evident case that hackers moved from hacking and ransomware to the real physical world, but it completely changed the whole dynamic of the situation. Most of the cases of financial motivation after the war in Ukraine, we see some Russian groups attacking government infrastructure with no real explanation, as far as we understand. This is changing the nature of environment today. The strong cooperation between Russia and Iran, from drones to cyber weapons, we will start to see more and more politically motivated attacks seems or perceived to be or disguised as ransom, financially motivated attack. And the line is very, very clear. With politically motivated companies, you don't negotiate, let alone pay. This is an interesting one, okay? Very recent. Make sure that okay? I'm David. Hacker that has a reputation in the darknet, not a group, a bug bounty person who switched from legitimate to non-legitimate. The company paid 0.2, 0.3, 0.2, which was not a lot of money, in order to non-publication. We could trace the hacker. He has a presence, and then after we paid, see what he wrote. However, I've learned that your company is based in Israel, a country that faces significant global criticism due to its occupation on another land since 1948 and the documented war crimes, atrocities. Despite this, I will honor my word and share the vulnerabilities with you as long as we see instructions how to fix them, blah, 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 blah. In the light of the company's location, I'm requesting an additional payment of 0.3, bringing to the total of 0.5 to be sent to the same wallet. Upon receipt, I completely delete your data. This request is not personal against the CEO, but it's due to the actions of your government. The company wanted to pay. It's not a lot of money compared to the risks, but I said, no, don't. Because once the other side says it's politically motivated, you will not pay. And in like 2 iterations, mainly using a soft threat, towards the hacker, he back off, and the company didn't pay. So what I'm saying is that it's changing. Last one. We skipped that. Yeah, I just want to say, we talked about that. People sometimes say, well, negotiate, bargain. And Nimrod said, like, I have a good lawyer. He will talk with the hackers. You need to understand that a normal human being sometimes cannot understand the logic of the other side. They wanted 5.5 million. Let me please, I write to him, let me please understand your business logic. 5.5 or nothing, because he said take it or leave it 5.5. What will you get for nothing? And he said, yes, I'll take only 5.5 or nothing. I'm not hungry anymore. And many times clients don't understand. They said, oh, well, 5.5, it's an opening statement. Let's bargain. And no, sometimes some of these Russian guys prefer to say no deal rather than come with a discount. As an example, I'm not offering 2 million. It seems you really don't understand me. They're very patient with me. I have a lot of millions of dollars, more than I can spend. Okay? My role as a negotiator is really understanding their mindset, their motivation. And this is not what usually simple people have in mind. Great quote from President Kennedy. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Relevant to hacker, relevant to the current situation in Gaza, relevant to your mother-in-law. We're done. Thank you.